Welcome to the Derwin Smiley Show. I'm your host, Derwin Smiley. I am on location at the new facility of the Center for Leadership Development, and we will spend this show talking about this great organization. I am glad you are with me, and that show starts right now. Mr. Derica Rice is the Chief Financial Officer for the Eli Lilly Company. Mr. Rice, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Derwin. Nice to be here.
Wonderful. Can you tell me, who is Derica Rice?
Well, first, I'm an Alabama native, number 5 of 7 kids, and basketball junkie, and like to travel.
You said a product of 7 kids?
Yeah.
There's 10 in my family. And my mother's 8 boys and 2 girls, and my mother's from Mississippi, my father's from Georgia. So you see, we have something in common, coming from parents that believe in big families.
And we know how to fight for our food.
Food, clothes, everything.
You got it.
Can you tell me, how did you become the Chief Financial Officer of the Eli Lilly Corporation?
Well, I mean, I'd probably say it started much, a long time ago, long before I joined Lilly, and that someone saw, I think, potential in me, maybe even potential I didn't see in myself, but encouraged me to pursue my dreams, and not only encouraged, but gave me the impetus and the push. And I think that's a lot of what CLD is about, in terms of seeing potential in young minds, young individuals, maybe potential they don't quite see yet, but if we can give them that nudge, that push, then I think it's outstanding, and maybe that tipping point of really starting them on achieving their dreams.
Who was the person who really pushed you the most into becoming who you are today?
Oh, by far my mother. She was my father passed away when I was a young lad, and she was the mother, the father, definitely the disciplinarian. But she instilled some values and stories that I take around with me each and every place I go that I live by. I call it the creed. And you value the relationships in each and every person that you meet. Your integrity. Where I grew up we didn't have cash and credit. Our currency was our word and what your name stood for. So when you went out into the community, you didn't dare do anything that would tarnish your name or your brand, because that was the currency you used to buy food, to meet other people, and definitely even as a young man, if you even wanted to go date, the first question you got asked was, so who are your people? And so anything to tarnish that brand was essentially destroying your currency.
I know you're a very humble individual, but I have a subscription to Black Enterprise, and I was just looking down one day and I saw it says the 100 most powerful executives in corporate America, and I think that's you on the front. How did this come about?
Well, chance, luck maybe. For me, in terms of you started by asking me who I was, and I tried to share a bit about who I am versus what I do. And as you read my title, that's what I do every day. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Lilly. But to be recognized in Black Enterprise as one of the top executives in corporate America, for me was quite an honor, and quite honestly, it's quite humbling. So I don't really know where you start from there, but I've been very privileged and very lucky and very blessed in my life. So
there's a powerful quote you have in there about humility. Can you go a little bit into why humility is so important to you?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of times I will be asked, what do I think are some of the most important traits of leaders? And the one word that I think often gets overlooked is humility. And sometimes we interpret to be humble as to bow down, to weaken ourselves. And in fact, I think it's the exact opposite. I think to be a humble leader actually takes a much higher level of inner strength. And that means that you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't always have to be the person with all the right answers. You're willing to listen and engage with others. And at times, you're also willing to admit your mistakes, because we all make them. So to me, that's how I define humility.
So let me ask you, what made you want to get involved to be a board member of CLD?
Well, for me, it wasn't very difficult, and quite frankly, it was quite easy. Because in CLD, I see myself. I was one of these young youth that's coming through the hallways of CLD. As I talked about earlier, that you maybe possess potential. I didn't recognize it yet, but others did. And so if I can do anything to provide that same type of push to these young youth that others provided to me, then absolutely that's my charge, and I think that's my obligation.
So how important is it for us to foster the bright and most talented youth in our community to have that base to pull from?
Well, let me make it very personal. I mean, I work for a pharmaceutical company. We're not a business that's based on lots of assets, bricks and mortar. We are, based upon the intellect, the bright minds that we're able to bring into our organization to generate the ideas of that next new medicine that may help people. And the source of that is today's young talent. So anything that we can do and that I can do, okay, to foster the creation and the development of that young talent, those bright minds that may possess that next great idea for some of the illnesses that we're trying to treat as a pharmaceutical company, then absolutely it's consistent with not only being good for the community, but it's also good for our business.
Why should other local companies or individuals volunteer or participate with the Center for Leadership Development?
Well, I would encourage all of the other local businesses to be engaged with CLD, because Eli Lilly is not the only company in the Indianapolis area that's reliant on future talent. And this is the pool of talent that we will be drafting from. So making that type of investment today will absolutely pay off in the years and the generations to come.
So as we sit here in this wonderful new facility, CLD, where do you want to see CLD go in the future?
Well, I like to see CLD have a span, a longevity that goes well beyond the people that are sitting here today. By the community and other businesses investing in CLD, this allows us to leave a legacy that will last far beyond the people sitting in this room, and for generations to come. And to me, that is called sustainability. And I like to see this be an organization that grows and expands the number of young lives that it's able to touch.
So that's to go back to a little question earlier.
Sure.
What did Eli Lilly see? What type of leadership skills did Eli Lilly see in you to give you the Chief Financial Officer position?
Well, I hope they did see the humility I talked about earlier, but at the same time, I also hope they saw integrity. That you are who you say you are, and it's very clear as to what you stand for. And along with that integrity, I hope they also see accountability. That you do what you say what you mean, and when it comes time to execute, you're able to deliver.
He is Derica Rice, Chief Financial Officer of Eli Lilly Corporation. Mr. Rice, welcome. Thank you again for coming. Welcome.
There are more than 29 million Americans without insurance who need help paying for their medicines. That's why there's the Partnership for Prescription Assistance. Through this free service, people who need help can call 1-888-4PPA now to see if they may qualify. Many get their medicines for free or nearly free, and I'm talking more than 2,500 brand name and generic medicines. Do you need help? Write down the number you see. It's your medicine. It's your life. It's your time to call.
Mr. Dennis Bland is the president of the Center for Leadership Development. Mr. Bland, welcome to the show.
Mr. Smiley, thank you for having me, sir.
How you doing today?
Well, God is merciful. I'm doing well. I'm excited.
Yes, sir. I think sitting in this new facility, I would be excited also. But can you tell me, how did this start?
Actually, the Center for Leadership Development was founded in 1977. And it came about through a vision of some community leaders who were really expressing concern about the number of black youth in our community who were dealing with so many challenges, so many obstacles, and oftentimes just little direction.